So, I'll give you my theory of economics. Obama said he was going to deliver a lot more health care. So, what did he say? 30 million people with health care or something. Anyway, if you're going to deliver more health care, you need more doctors. So, what do? You train beauty salon nurses, or you train beauty salon personnel to be nurses. But then, who does the beauty salon? So something's wrong. Basically, you have to keep your eyes on goods and services. You have to keep your eyes on goods and services. Let's say the rich 1% own 50% of the wealth. So if we redistribute, then we take 50% more, or we give, then everybody gets twice as much. So is this possible? If we took the money from Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Zuckerberg, if we took the money from, well, that's more than 1%. That's you have to go a little farther than that. I'm 1%. Anyway, if you take the money from them, then does that actually mean we would all have twice as much? Would we have twice as much land? Would we have twice as many cars? Would we have twice as many houses? So this is kind of like, how does a mirror reflect right and left but not up and down? So where's the money? What happened? How come if we took the money from the rich, we would not have twice as many cars, twice as many houses, twice as many? Okay. And the secret is they invest it. They don't spend it. The money of the rich is basically invested. So why are you upset? Why are you coveting? Look, the Congress takes the money from taxes and spends it. The rich people take money and invest it in companies. Is it really that much different? What's the difference? There's a funny passage in the Bible which says, would you rather have 300 people over you or one person over you? Does it really make a difference? It doesn't make much difference at all. Now the thing, God's world is perfectly just. All power comes from God. So everybody be relaxed and docile. Now the socialists say this is just propaganda from, it's a trick. It's a trick. All authority comes from God. Divine right of kings is a crock of shit. Well, are you sure? It makes a difference if God talks. Let's see. Well, I was mean. They're giving me shit, and I was going to put them to a referendum. God endorsed the King of Britain, but don't fuck with me. Well, are you really the divine? He said yes. He said yes. Britain for all the years to come. So 31586. Divine right of kings is not so silly. 31586. If God exists and he talks, it makes perfect sense. Oh, what are we doing? 31586. Carmel, the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together on Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him, but if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah to the people, even I only remain a prophet to the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, lay it on the wood, and put no fire under it. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on the wood, put no fire under it, and call on the name of the gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord, and the God that answers by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. So Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you 1 bullock for yourselves, dress it first. Okay, so they're having a prophet of the Lord smackdown, and the loser gets killed. And he puts water and... So I got... When the military threatens me, I say, fuck you, I got time travel fucking nukes. They did it just the other day. They were threatening me. Somebody copped an attitude. I said, fuck you, I got... Gonna assassinate me, my ass. I got fucking time travel nukes. Watch this shit, man. Let's do some time travel nukes. 19650. You were dead before you were born. 19650. They want to know why I didn't kill Hitler. Because I didn't feel like killing Hitler. AI, and make not all the people to labor thither, for they are but few. So there went up thither all the people, about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai. See, this is time travel. And the men of Ai smote them about 36 men, for they chased them from before the gate to Shebarim, and smote them in the going down, wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water. And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide, he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads. That's like, you know what that is? That's Predator. Okay. And Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy? You ain't threatening me, motherfucker. I'll fucking kill your ancestors. Suck my fucking dick. Fucking CIA, motherfucker. Kill you. I'm gonna hit you so hard your ancestors will feel it. So the rich invest the money. Now, what do they do have power? As a matter of fact, I'm the new boss of Intel in Microsoft. As long as I can back it up with a miracle, then I'm the boss of Intel and Microsoft, because that is the host to God's temple. So CIA, suck my fat one. Intel and Microsoft are my bitch. And I back it up with a miracle. So, we could talk about. Okay, so socialism. So when I was kind of an obnoxious Reagan teenager, I played at his kickoff rally, 1984. Played bass drum, Mission Viejo, California, and just saying. Anyway, I used to mock Cuba. Isn't that ironic? What you do to others gets done to you, and it's one of those irony things. They wanted stuff, and their shelves are empty. So you can see what would happen if you gave all Bill Gates his money. Why is that motherfucker a charity person, and yet he's still the richest person in the world? You ain't giving away jack shit, motherfucker. That's like Jesus saying, I came to serve. It's not like Jesus was a janitor. He's a fucking rock star for 3 years. Bill Gates, charity? Like you're still the richest man in the world. I don't think so. Not that it matters. As a matter of fact, the Bible has conservative and liberal. There's selective hearing, dog whistle stuff and stuff. The liberals like certain passages, the conservatives like certain passages, but that's because we each get different marching orders. Like, how on earth can you... Do you know some of the shit? The parable of the talents? As a matter of fact, Bill Gates, if you can't, you should make Microsoft make jobs. So the rich people are caretakers of God's money, and they're supposed to double it or they get fired. And if they're a puss and they bury it, they get fired. So, and those who have more, the rich get more and the poor get less. That's the way it works. Because the poor are poor. That's what Jesus says. Damn straight the rich get richer. That's just like in the Bible. Don't complain. That's the worst thing you can do, is complain. Just read Numbers 11. I'm not kidding. You think I'm kidding? Read Numbers 11. The worst thing you can do is complain. Because that insults God. His world is perfectly just. And fuck you. As Linus likes to say, because fuck you. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. And the Lord heard it, and his answer was kindled. And the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them were in the utmost parts of the camp. The people cried unto Moses. And, okay, so don't complain. And what you would do unto others gets done to you. So if you Cubans get empty store shelves. You know what? I used to get angry at, well, look at Norway. Do we look like fucking Norway? No, we don't look like fucking Norway. Don't you dare compare us to fucking Norway. Then I realized I had been, when I was a teenager, I mocked Cuba. But you know what? You need to compare Cuba to Mexico. Oh, Cuba doesn't look that bad compared to Mexico. Not that I know. I don't know jack shit. I have zero first-hand experience or second-hand experience. But nonetheless, compare Cuba to Mexico. Did you know Chavez was blaming the CIA? I don't like the CIA. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Chavez was blaming the CIA. God said, Japan industrious. What's the worst that could happen to Venezuela? We conquer them. Well, they have oil. But anyway, we conquer them and occupy them. And then they end up second richest nation in the world, except it's Venezuela. I think they want more time travel. It's in the Bible. Come on. What do you think prophecy is? It's God planned ahead. I'm just kidding you. I don't know. I think he just planned ahead. Or some Jew decided artificial intelligence makes AI. The CIA makes up words. What does IDE mean? What does DOS mean? What does stack mean? Fucking CIA Tower Babel bullshit. I'm gonna bitch slap the CIA. What's the latest one? What is it? Free Basic? I remember that program. I don't care. Thou shalt not covet. You know what? If you make one of the little ones sin, capital punishment. Jesus said capital punishment for leading astray the little ones. He said put a millstone around the neck and throw them in the ocean. You know, Jesus was a racist. Somebody was complaining about racism. And I said, hey, maybe they're right, Mr. God. Then God said, oh, hell no. You think, so they were saying, I'm a racist. Oh, shit. What is your malfunction? Canaan. What? Okay, good enough. CAN. Okay, let's try this again. I'm doing a filter search. Oh, here it is. Shut up, bird. Jesus went thence, departed to the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came up to the same coast and cried out, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. He answered her not a word, and his disciples came and besought him, saying to her, send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Shut up, bird. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. Then she said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Gotta kill that bird. So, what do you think, Mr. God? Tell that bird to shut up. What's the bird? I asked God, what's the bird saying? God said, chanting. What's the bird saying? He's chanting. He's chanting. The bird is chanting. Okay, so Jesus said, it's not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. So he called the Canaanite a dog. So I come to, you know who my people are? Who are my people? He said, just to the lost sheep of Israel. I was an atheist. I understand atheists. I don't trust anyone who's not an atheist. So, the lost sheep of Israel. So, who are my people? These people are my people.
The Bud Light party believes in change. That's why Bud Light has a new look.
1, 2.
Dungeons and Dragons. These are white people.
Gorg, look, it's not about the hit points right now. I'm just trying to work on my sword.
I love white people. I don't have any white friends. I don't have any friends. Okay, anyway. I live with my parents. So, where were we? So the Bible gives mixed messages. Those who have more shall be given. So the Bible says the rich will get richer. If the poor live in teepees and shit in buckets, God does not care. It's perfectly just, because you just fuck around all day. As a matter of fact, I'm poor. So, what were we talking about? So make songs for God. You like Red Fang, Mr. God? God likes the Beatles. Okay. Hey, let's do a miracle. Let's do a miracle. What do you say? Nuke 'em. That was pretty funny. And CIA gonna threaten me and say, fuck you. Kill your ancestors. Okay, we were gonna talk about Corinthians. I like 1 Corinthians. I don't know why. All the stuff is in 1 Corinthians. Number 2. What do you think? We do, however, speak a message of wisdom among the mature, but not the wisdom of this age or rulers of this age who are coming to nothing. No, we declare God's wisdom, a mystery that has been hidden and that God destined for our glory before time began. None of the rulers of this age understood it, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. However, it is written, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love him. These are the things God has revealed to us by his Spirit. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. This shit sounds like flowery bullshit, but it actually has meaning once you understand. For who knows a person's person's thought except their own spirit within them. In the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. What we have received is not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit of who is from God, so that we may understand what God has freely given us. This is what we speak, not in words taught us by human wisdom, but in words taught by the Spirit, explaining spiritual realities with Spirit-taught words. But the person without the Spirit does not accept the things that come from the Spirit of God, but considers them foolishness, and cannot understand them because they are discerned only through the Spirit. The person with the Spirit makes judgments about all things, but such a person is not subject to merely human judgments, for who has known the mind of the Lord so as to instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ. I'm bluffing a little bit, but the Holy Spirit, God within you. So the nigger thinks that neurons, the MIT nigger thinks that a 3 gigahertz, that's Barney Fife, the MIT nigger, thinks that a 3 gigahertz clock is controlled by the brain. Now this is a blind clock, and we can give it 100,000 words. And that nigger thinks the brain, by osmosis, memorizes photographically 100,000 words. Basically, you can take my word for it that so this is the words I use. The Linux dictionary, there are 99, oh, that's off the screen. There are 99,000 words in the Linux dictionary. Okay, so did we do a miracle? We were going to do another miracle. Let's do it. Kick the CIA nigger ass. 31,791. Said Mark, I pray you, and see how this man seeketh mischief, for he sent unto me for my wives, and for my children, and for my silver, and for my gold, and I denied him not. And all the elders and all the people said unto him, Hearken not unto him, nor consent. Wherefore he said unto the messengers Ben-Hadad, Tell my lord the king all that thou didst send for to thy servant at the first I will do. But this thing I may not do. And the messenger departed and brought him word again. And Ben-Hadad sent unto him and said, The gods do so unto me, and more also, if the dust of Samaria shall suffice for handfuls for all the people that follow me. And the king of Israel answered and said, Tell him, let not him that girdeth on his harness boast himself as if he put his off. That is the most badass. That should be in a movie. It's not for him that's buckling his armor to boast as though he's taking it off. That's badass. That's what I tell all the that is the most badass ever. You should read the Bible if you want to get smart. So I tell all these niggers, it's not for the man buckling his armor to boast as though he's taking it off. That's what I tell him. is a poet. I don't know what that means. So